Hello, back again. This is a chance for us to go over the paper assignment. If you had any confusions about the paper number one uh, assignment based on the handout, I hope that you've printed this out and had a chance to read through it carefully. So I'm not going to read through the entire thing, but I just want to highlight some parts of the assignment um, and I hope clear up any confusion that you might have. So again, keep track. You know, the due date is Sunday, November 4th, um, or December 4th, excuse me. And you won't want to wait till the last minute because it will take some thinking and some careful writing on your part. Okay, so what I want you to imagine basically is, and there's a creative element to this assignment that I think will take you in and allow you to look more carefully at some of the broader themes that we're focusing on in a couple of the chapters, in two of the chapters. And so what I've asked you to do is imagine that you were born in 1865, so at the end of slavery, and you're writing that this is set in 1900. So you're a 35-year-old living in 1900, and you're going before the U.S., the United States Senate. You're in front of all these senators, and you're making your case about what life is like from your perspective. And so what I've done here in the paper is I'm giving you a choice. You can, the Senate is trying to figure out, what kind of effect the Industrial Revolution has had on different people in different walks of life in the U.S. Because the U.S. has gone from this kind of small nation and without a lot of industry. In the past 50 years, it's grown dramatically to become the major industrial power in the world. And they want to figure out what kind of effect this has had on regular folks in the U.S. And so I'm asking you to be one of these regular folks and to share your perspective on life in response to industrialization. Okay, so I've given you two questions here to respond to. So you're making your speech, and I've given you two questions. One is, how has industrialization and everything associated with it, like technology, politics, and the economy, impacted and or shaped your life? So you want to address that. And second, what do you want changed about the U.S.? So how do you want things to change to make your life better? Now, it may be that everything's peachy keen, if you've heard that one, everything's great and you don't want things to change. Then you can say that, but explain why things are great under this new order. I'm guessing for many of you, though, depending on what choices you make, that things could be better, that life has gotten tougher in some ways, at least, maybe better in some ways and tougher in other ways, and you want to address, maybe both what you want to stay the same and what you want changed. Okay, so you're writing a 2 to 3 page speech that you're imagining yourself presenting. And I've given you here at the bottom of the page, you'll see a list of characters, and I'll just read through these. So you can choose which one of these characters you want to be to act out in your speech. So you could be a middle-class urban white woman, you could be a recent immigrant in a northern city, you could be a southern African-American farmer, an extremely wealthy business owner, a white homesteader in Kansas, a Native American on a reservation, a Jewish business person in New York, an ambitious Southern industrialist, a Japanese farmer in California, a poor white Southern farmer, an African American who recently migrated, a leader and or organizer in the AFL, a white middle class professional, a poor white urban woman, or if there's someone on here, if you want to be someone else and you feel like the book gives us enough information to be that person, you can do that. Just be sure you contact me before December 1st to let me know that you want to do that, and then I can give you the go-ahead. Check with me before then. Otherwise, you'll want to pick someone that's on this list here. And these are types. These are usually people that I think the book gives you enough information about to at least to work from and to start making some connections. Now there is plenty of room for you to be creative here, and you can come up with your own name for your person, and come up with life experiences that aren't necessarily gone over directly in the book, but you can infer based on the information that's provided in the book. That's a part of it, but I also want you to refer to things that are in the book that would, don't say things that are patently false or go against what's the information that's presented in the book based on your character. Um, Okay, and try to sound believable and credible, and make it fun and interesting. You're trying to convince these your listeners, these senators, that here's what we should change based on your own personal experience. And I think in doing this assignment, you will. I think it's one way to get into the material in a deeper way than simply trying to cover all groups of people at the same time. So have fun with it, and if you have questions, again, please feel free to call me or write. So good luck.